Manchester United 1, AC Milan 0. Fantastic. Paul Pogba has returned and he has KO'd AC Milan out of the UEFA Europa League. Abs and Harris, how good does that feel? Paul Pogba. Was there even talk of Paul Pogba leaving Man United? I'm sure, surely not. This guy's got to stay. What a return!
To be honest, yeah, I'm going to bring up a couple of things there in regards to Paul Pogba. So let's
go on. Let's have it. Let's have it. Come on, come on, Abs. Lay the haymakers on us.
Well, not really. There were a lot of United fans who were questioning his footballing ability, which is pretty poor, to be honest. He's a top quality player.
As a 1 in the 2 in the defensive mid, he is a liability still, though. Let's be honest.
Let's be honest. He wasn't our best midfielder. Let's be honest. He's our best he's our best midfielder, regardless of where he's playing. When he's on the pitch, automatically you just feel like something's going to happen. And as soon as he came on, even though he's not even fit, he was by a mile our best player as soon as he came on, which is a sad indictment of the players we've got on the pitch. This is the reason why we can't do anything. And Paul Pogba, we have a lot of United fans questioning his footballing ability, and that's poor.
Harris, for you, Paul Pogba, was he the difference tonight? Did we see what he adds to Manchester United?
Yeah, Abdul, look, it was nothing about ability. No one's questioning ability. I think you got the wrong end of the stick. It's attitude, commitment.
Some are questioning his ability as well, saying he's done nothing. He's not doing anything. He's just doing anything. He's not scoring goals. Nothing. He's not. It's just that's poor.
Yeah. There was a narrative, obviously, start of the season and what happened with the agent. Look, that's all by the by now. Look, the question now is, we need to keep Paul Pogba. Basically, because he's shown.
Do we sign him up? Do we sign him up?
He's shown in half an hour football that this McFred is an absolute joke.
But I thought everyone was happy for him to leave.
No. We're gonna get on
everyone mentioned that. Everyone was saying, "I'm happy for him to go. Let him go during the season."
Abdul, the difference is if he was playing the way he was, from at the start of the season, periods of back end, I 100% want to get rid of him. Get him out. He's a virus.
Before he got injured, he played some fantastic stuff. Before he was injured, even then, everyone was saying, "Let's get rid of him."
No. If he plays the way he was playing before he got injured, the way he played today, Paul Pogba is an automatic start for Manchester United every single game. Technically, he's better than Bruno. He's stronger than Bruno. He's got so many more facets to his game. Like compared to Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes is obviously good at that killer pass and like getting to the box late, and his finish is obviously a little bit better, but in terms of the all-around player, Paul Pogba.
Weren't we saying just before he got injured, he's not going to be forgiven ever for what he's done? He has to go on the summer. Let's use him till the summer. Now let's keep him. What's going on?
Abs, quick question for you. It's a 2-part question. A, have you forgiven Paul Pogba? And second, what happens to Paul Pogba in the summer?
According to Abdul, Pogba didn't commit any sins. Carry on.
Yeah, I mean, in regards to his agent said what he said. I mean, he didn't react to that, so I guess he was also kind of on board with what was being said. At no point he's expressed a desire to leave himself. Let's hear it from him. Someone needs to ask him the question: do you want to stay at Man United? Do you want to leave? Let's hear it from him.
One final bit on this Paul Pogba thing. How good was that goal? He absolutely took Kessie out of the game with his little shimmer.
Great goal.
Beautiful goal.
Great goal. Again, this is what we've been missing. If we had Paul Pogba in the team when we were playing these teams where we kept on drawing 0-0 and losing 1-0, we would have got some more points on the board, and we actually might have been closer to Man City as well.
Yeah, I was just saying that to my mate, Qasim. I was just saying that. We literally texted him whilst the game was going on. Sam from work. Big shout out to Sam, by the way. We always have these little chats at work, good 10, 15 minutes after a game. We have a good, proper, deep conversation. And I was telling him as well, I go, look, Pogba was playing those games, the ones that we drew and all that kind of business, we would have won half the games. Arsenal, maybe even Chelsea, West Brom, Crystal Palace. I think we would have won all those games. 100%.
We got some quick comments. Sumke thought the referee was disgraceful yet again. So MG events, he wants to go. He's only playing to get a move. These kind of things are going to be labelled to Paul Pogba, but we are going to move on. Great return, great goal from Paul Pogba, sends us through to the quarterfinals of the UEFA Europa League. And if it is the first time you're watching the RedFlex and you want to see a little bit more of the dynamics of the RedFlex brothers, make sure you do like, comment, share, and subscribe to the RedFlex, and make sure you hit the notification bell so you're always in the know of when the RedFlex are live on YouTube. We're going to move on to the next segment of today's show, and that is McFred. So we're going to talk about McFred. I'm going to be honest with both of you here. In the first half, I was getting ready for the title of this video, and it was something similar along the lines of McFred have gone past their sell-by date. Something similar to that. Wanted to make it a little bit, jazzy. But in the second half, I thought Fred was brilliant, set up the goal. And I thought McTominay was brilliant. His final act of the game, taking the ball down the right-hand side, winning that free kick. That's the kind of passion and the kind of, you could call it tactical know-how or tactical little adjustments that you want to see. I'm going to come to Harris first. What did you make of Fred's performance today?
Chalk and cheese, isn't it? As I said, I'm not going to, when somebody does a bit of praise, I'll give it him. Yeah, first half, oh my God. I think there was a moment in the game where he tried to carry the ball like 5 yards, couldn't do it, gave the ball. I was like, this guy, I've been saying it for weeks, this guy's not United player. He's got no class, no talent. Second half, fair enough. I'm going to give him his dues. He played well, distributed it well. He harried, he hustled, he tackled, he got the ball. The distribution was good. No issues with that. McTominay again, he wasn't as bad as Fred in the first half, but did really well in the second half. Interceptions, positioning play, that you're right, that run down the wing. But for me, if you're going to win the league, if you're going to win competitions, that midfield ain't going to win you it. That pivot in the middle is not going to win you it. Yeah, it will get you to a certain point. It'll get you so far, maybe second in the league, quarterfinals, semi-finals, but it's not going to win you the league. I'm sorry.
Abs, you seem disgruntled by what Harris is saying. Is he putting you to sleep, or you just don't agree with what he's saying?
No, not really. I mean, I think he has a point. I mean, I believe those two in a team, for a team aiming to be one of the best teams in Europe, is never going to work out. You can't have both of them in the same team together. And to be honest, either one of those players is not good enough to play in the first 11, in my opinion. The sort of quality we need is Paul Pogba. I know you're saying he's a kind of liability defensively, but why do we need two defensive and two holding players in our midfield?
We need one.
We need one. We need one who can do the job, who's got the pace, who's got the strength. At the moment, we don't have that in our squad, so maybe that's why he's playing two. But I feel like Man United having two holding players who have no quality going forward. Yeah, they can hustle, they can harry, they can win the ball. But is that what we want for our midfield? And then leaving all the pressure on Bruno? And this is why he's not able to perform. As soon as Paul Pogba came on, look what Bruno did. Because he knows he's got some quality to play with. And that makes a big difference. That's what I've been saying from the start. When both of them in the team, who do you mark? If you mark Pogba, it frees up Bruno. You mark Bruno, it frees up Pogba.
Before we wrap today's video, I want to ask both of you your player ratings. But before I do that, one thing that I picked up on was Dean Henderson slowly but quietly is becoming someone you can rely on in goal. And that's because as a goalkeeper, if you don't hear from him, that usually means he's had a good night. Great save from Zlatan. Very quickly, Harris, number one for Manchester United. Should it be Henderson or De Gea? Which one?
David De Gea.
David De Gea. Abs for you. David De Gea or Henderson?
I think David De Gea. I think Henderson has to earn his stripes. Yeah, he has to prove in the game, in the chances he gets, he needs to prove that he can do the job. And what he did today was a huge step forward for him, because in a big European game, he performed and he made a vital save for us, which is important. And that will all his other teammates will have more confidence in him, which for him is obviously going to be great news going forward. But at the moment, I'd still stick with David De Gea.
Yeah, just very quickly on that, Qasim, in the post-match on BT Sport, both Hargreaves and Paul Scholes think Dean Henderson is now the number one.
Interesting. I think he's done nothing wrong, Dean Henderson. I think he's been impressive. Something that De Gea doesn't do is I think Henderson contributes towards a little bit of chance creation with his throws, his kicks. De Gea obviously been great for Man United, but sometimes change can be a good thing. Before we wrap up today's video, Abs, I'll come to you first. I think I know what you're going to say, but who was your man of the match today?
I mean, Paul Pogba was great for one half. Is that enough to man of the match? I'm not sure.
If you want it to be, it can.
I mean, he had a fantastic half, and then that enhanced the performance of Bruno Fernandes, and I think it raised the game for a lot of the players because they knew they had that extra player on the pitch who could do something. Also, although it was kind of maybe it was an enforced change, we need to also mention that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got his tactics spot on in the second half. You have to give him credit for that, and we've not really done that. And a lot of fans say Ollie's not the man to take us forward. This is a big win against a big team away from home. So let's give him some credit. I mean, in regards to man of the match, I'll have to give Paul Pogba then. I think he was the kind of catalyst for our great second half performance.
Aris, for you, man of the match?
Just on the basis of giving it someone different, although for me it is a 50-50 split, I'm going to give it to Victor Lindelof. Outstanding.
Victor Lindelof.
Outstanding.
He has impressed me. I've been wanting buy-in, but every time Lindelof slowly but surely he's pulling up.
Give him credit. I have to give him credit.
Did play well. Yeah, did play well.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm going to Victor.
I thought Luke Shaw also had a very good game, but that
consistent.
But that Dan James was good as well, to be honest.
Yeah, to be fair, James, you did carry it well.
Was good. Qasim, you have to comment on this.
Yeah, he was good.
Unfortunately, we have run out of time. We have run out of time on today's show.
We've got 30 seconds for your bit.
No, we've gone over a minute and a half. Unfortunately, I can't comment on Dan James.
Refusing to give any praise, I think, at your top European level, top team as well.
But that pretty much wraps up today's match reaction. Manchester United have beaten AC Milan, and guess what? Paul Pogba is back with a bang. Thank you for watching today's video. We will be back with more videos like this, and if it is the first time you're watching the RedFlex, make sure you do like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you again.